Here we go. Excuse my language. Please excuse my language. Excuse my thought. Process right now. Now, okay, currently sound live. All right, cool. All right. Just got to make sure that it says that I'm live. I don't know. Anyway, so look, so today, you know, after constantly going through my own battle, I'm like, I don't actually say that. I done finally figured out something that didn't seem right. When I come with the fucking plan, I said, like, I don't know, I go to the place. I've been trying to figure out what is it that what took place, as I say here and go live, what took place years ago, and why do I keep feeling like I'm being reminded of, which would mean that somebody trying to get me to snitch, but ain't nothing to snitch on. Well, I mean, being honest, let's see here. See what happens. A man got tricked. No, a man lost and found out that he was actually tricked. Then he got his shit back. And then another dude just got pissed off. Anyway, about that. I hear look stupid. Yes. All the years of my life, I never actually. I find it funny, like all the times in my life where I had hair, I suffered. But sitting there like, man, am I just not meant to have hair? I'm trying to figure that shit out, bro. Now, when it comes to my music and stuff, like, um, I actually just took a break. I did music for me, just therapeutic. It was a way where I could express myself and just get away from trauma and things that got away. Mm. Well, like as of right now, I got all these weird thoughts going through my head. You know, still nothing. Mm. I wanted to do my own podcast. I've been trying. And I realized how much work it took for certain people, how they became radio talk show hosts and things of that nature. Like, it's not easy. It's not at all. For one, you gotta have to talk about it. And it's like, for me, now that I'm finally able to speak on things, everybody doesn't talk about all the stuff that I want to talk about. Everybody done did it already. So it's just gonna look like it's just gonna look like I'm playing monkey see, monkey do. So it's like for me, I got to figure out, okay, if I want to talk about something, I need to be to the point where it's like, okay, I gotta be different. Let's see. Can't talk about inflation because everybody done did that already. Um, I mean, we can talk about addiction, but there's several things on it. You know, you got video, you can be addicted to video games. You can be addicted to coffee. You can be addicted to food. I mean, I could talk about that, food addictions, but you see, that opens a whole nother door. Like, yo, what are y'all putting in? What's going on in the food that got people doing this? But what I do know is, you know, this is my theory on it, hypothesis theory. Get it? But hmm, based on, I've noticed. I'm gonna use my own life. I've noticed based on what I've ate, what I consume, is how my moods are altered and what things of that nature. For instance, years ago in my life, I used to just eat ramen, Vienna sausages, and chips every now and then when and Kroger's sub sandwiches. Well, back when I was in food stamps years ago, and I did pretty well. I mean, I acted, still kind of had some, it was okay. And then for the first time in my life, I ate some of it and been eating it for over a year. You know, and then it's like, oh, I got hooked on it. Obviously, I actually didn't get hooked on it. What I got hooked on was the conception, was the concept of, I was working there. The concept was it was cheap. Then the idea popped in my head, like, wait a minute, we were throwing this stuff away at the end of the night. So then it became, all right, so now I'm being, I'm thinking like, wait, I'm eating this stuff, and I'll throw it away. So what I become without, the first thing popped in my head, the natural instinct of, this is the natural instinct of any human. If you worked in a place and you knew they were throwing food away, what do you do naturally? If you're without, what do you do naturally? Naturally, you go to the place and be like, wait a minute, y'all gonna throw this stuff away, so I'm without. Now, there's some individuals that I've met that was, when I was in foster care, when I was in DFACS, I wound up meeting people who were going through things, but now I see what's going on. And I used to think in my head, like, hey, this ain't happening, bro. Like, go get food stamps, bro. I had a situation where a guy was, he told me, he was like, man, I can't get it. They won't give it to me. And I was like, what you mean they won't give it to you? Another individual, he wasn't from the state. He wasn't from this state, but he was stuck here. Like, so I'm like, how is this possible? You know, so I showed him, I think the guy was from North Carolina or something. And I showed them where to go get, their birth certificates and things of that nature. I did everything I could to help out. And now I'm in that situation, but I saw how I would trick. I see it now because I lived it. So my hypothesis is like, wait a minute. There's a possibility you can be controlled off of how where you eat, consume it. But it's the psychological, the concept of it. Like I said, if I wind up being around something, which is like, wait a minute, I started working there. And then you're like, wait a minute, you start working here, and then they, they throw the food away, then you start going there. Like, for instance, situation about a church chicken that I knew of years ago. I was like, yo, they throw the stuff away. And like, so what do you think will happen with people who used to work there? They wind up showing up there, like, like, hey, how y'all doing? Hey man, look, I know y'all gonna throw it away. Cause see, that's just survival, man. It's it's survival. But now I see how a lot of homeless folks wind up going searching in trash cans. Cause it all starts with a worker job, you know? I mean, that's part of partial theory that it started from where they were working at. But this it's all psychological. It's all in your head. The mind thinks it's gonna do. But now, I understood why a situation that I knew of years ago, I snap. I hate going back to the past, but I'm not actually going past for bad reasons. I'm going back in my past to speak on it. That's why, I've had situations where I've noticed people on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter may have spoken on topics that I'm speaking on. May have. And there's a possibility they haven't. It's been me thinking that people have been speaking on topics that I've always wanted to speak on off of my first experience. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful what you do. Not to look at my old, my past of my life. I didn't get like how my friends were because I didn't necessarily work too tough in the food industry unless it was just me being a busser or a server assistant. Like, don't make my money, I'm gone. But, when you wind up, when you wind up working for a company, they're throwing the food away. Like I said, when you become down on your luck and out of a job, you're gonna go to the places that you wind up becoming a raccoon or a pot. Yeah, you feed a raccoon once, that raccoon gonna keep coming. So they done made me a raccoon. Ain't that shit sick, man? Yeah. But now, like I said, now I know firsthand. Like I've never had a silver spoon. I've been in state custody my entire life. Never met my biological kin folks. I could have my biological folks in front of me when you know it. And the sad part about it is being thrown in my face about it. Man, it ain't enough to make me go do something stupid like, oh, I'm gonna hurt my. Nah, fuck about that. Hmm. Hold on, what time is it? 8:39. So there's all the time we can back it up. You know. But for years, like I said, I've always wanted to have my own talk show. Well, not talk show. Well, I had that, but I wanted to be on a radio personality. Radio, so I don't even know how to say it. A radio personality. Well, I guess I could say it like that. But that's what I wanted to do. But I kept allowing myself to be distracted. So I can't, I don't blame nobody. I only blame myself because I did it. I kept allowing myself to be distracted from things that I wanted to do. And the one time that I was able to finally achieve a goal was when I got away from some people. I said, dang, man, y'all turned me into a person who just ran away from everything. Yeah. I said, went on with Deep South years ago, I literally just drank well. I kind of got like stuck out there. It was got how I wanted up. Oh yeah, I got robbed. That's what happened. I got robbed. I never actually told nobody that. And then one day I had a seizure, and see, the state was actually looking for me. I had a seizure and woke up different. And that time, the state was like, "Wait a minute. So what happened?" You, you imagine being around somebody who was a staff member where you used to stay at? But no matter what, like I ain't mad at nobody. It is what it is. Life's too short for me to hold grudges about something that I can just change. Just get away from it. And then, if I'm ever like this part of my life and you are without, I'm probably, I forgive, but I don't forget. I'm most likely gonna be like, well, here you go. Bye. This is what I can do to help. I've always been like that. I don't want to hold grudge. That's stupid. That's why I do what I do. Like I go behind the closed doors and just vent. And in some cases, it's on social media or something like that. I'd rather do that than to just go and say whatever the hell I want to say, think of in my head. And I know half the stuff I say is be stupid. And sometimes the tone is powerful. Very. Like I said, something about somebody in a turn off me venting. And I think they may have found it and it wound up happening. It was sad to me. It's like, damn, low key did the shit again. It's like, why the hell I be having dreams of people having miscarriages? And then I get angry and oh, here we go. I'm not sure. I think they're still open. Man, what they still open. But like I said, it's no point of being upset at somebody. It's not. I definitely could. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, no. Put the headphones on, you know, like, hmm. But this is me trying, and I'm not like everybody else. Not do I have the skill set, the talent? Yes. I'm alone. Now, if I had some people with me and we went over things, yes, I definitely can organize it. But I don't want to have one of these podcasts where it's like I'm doing what everybody else do, like a robot. No, I want you to hear me mess up. I mean, I look at it like this: if you go and pick on the stuff that I say, and y'all keep talking about it, guess what? Okay, well, it's relative because now I got something y'all can talk about. Y'all can keep me in the algorithm. Keep me going, ain't going, ain't going. But yeah, it's just like I said, I don't know why I keep saying just like I say, because I ain't saying shit. But why I keep doing that? That's new too. But it is what it is. Who's it? 8:47 now. Well, put this on. Yeah. Hmm, hmm, stop. Hmm, hmm, hmm. I find it sad that we had to ask my friends and stuff for money now. I remember, I remember what happened a few years ago. Like, bro, you screwed yourself. All right, man. Told somebody the other day, yesterday, and I said this. I said, I don't know if I can keep doing that. I mean, the longer I wait to try to get back in healthcare, eventually I'm gonna forget how to do stuff. But I'm glad my mind keep thinking of me, my past, to be working in it constantly. That I looked at something the other day, it was like 90-degree angle, 45. It's like, wait a minute, 90-degree, 45. And I started thinking of the difference between IMSQ and ID. And then, hmm, IV. That means, Hmm. One thing I can say about anything you learn in life, if you don't practice it, you lose it. Somebody's actually hoping that I get to a point where I don't practice it, then I lose it. Quite sad. All right. Let me go ahead and sign off. Hopefully you might see me tomorrow. Might not, I don't know.